I don't think anyone out there thinks about Rockpool Hunter as much as I do. In fact, I may be the only one who understands why he may be the best Tier 1 minion in the game. After all, there's a reason why he has not received a single change throughout the game's entire history. He is a solid, well-balanced card, a stat line that ensures you have a greater chance to win than lose your early fights. Excellent synergy for a tribe that has cards like Blazing Skyfin and Swamp Striker. Some might argue that +1/+1 doesn't sound like much, but in the early game, it can be the difference between victory and defeat. While it can square up against some of the best Tier 2 minions, it still won't go down easily without putting a dent in your opponent's warband, especially when it has his good friend Cold Light Seer to buff his health up. And despite being a Tier 1 minion, a sufficiently buffed Rockpool Hunter can still earn a place in the late game warband as a target to receive Venomous. In light of this, it becomes obvious why this card has stayed the same for so long, because it already is the perfect minion. Yet you all may have forgotten about Rockpool Hunter, and perhaps even Blizzard has too. Rockpool Hunter has not appeared on patch notes, nor has he shown up in most player guides. It almost feels like someone out there is trying to make us forget just how important Rockpool Hunter is, not only to the game, but to our lives. It is the one card in Battlegrounds that has never changed. While other cards may technically have no text changes, they have still changed indirectly from evolving or reworked tribes and minion pools. I think it's comforting that Rockpool Hunter remains a staple that does the exact same thing he's always done since the early days of Battleground. Besides, why would you want to change this card? As I said, it's already perfect. It's good for its tier. Its effect will always be relevant. It's not too weak, but it's also not too strong. It's reassuring when you buy Rockpool Hunter. When you're playing Dino Tamer Brand or Shutterwalk, you know your life has just become a little bit easier. And isn't that what we all want? An easier life? A happier life. Life changes so much as time goes on, but it's a comfort to know Rockpool Hunter is here to stay. It's a nice blanket on a cold winter day. It's a reassuring pat on the back from your father. It's looking up at the stars with your significant other, hand in hand, feeling safe. It's a sort of familiar comfort that no other minion Battlegrounds can offer. Yet, others seem to think Rockpool Hunter isn't the best Tier 1 card in the game. Oh, I'd rather have 6 gold on turn 3. Or, oh, he doesn't even have the best stats anyway. Criticisms like these miss the forest for the trees, failing to understand that it isn't greed or violence, but the strength of Rockpool Hunter's character that makes him timeless. Economy cards like Selemental are hucksters and charlatans, bending the rules of the game to hoard more gold than other, less fortunate minions. Not at all like Rockpool Hunter, an honest minion that believes every player should have access to the same opportunities no matter what they rolled on turn 1. Nor does Rockpool Hunter believe in undeserved handouts. Freeloaders and hanger-ons like Scallywag and Imprisoner beg and cajole the powers that be into receiving undeserved buffs in their mediocrity, trying to put one over the working minion through the use of unsanctioned steroids, a practice that has, in theory, been banned from Battlegrounds since the 1950s due to their negative side effects. Indeed, so shameless are their ways, that even with their ill-gotten gains, they dare not approach the noble Rockpool Hunter in a fair fight. Death Rattles and Reborns are but some of the many tactics that such unsavory minions use to gang up on Rockpool Hunter, too cowardly to face him in an honorable one-on-one duel. But Rockpool Hunter does not falter, even in the face of newer and more privileged minions. After all, Rockpool Hunter has seen it all. He was raised in the early days of Lightfang Enforcer, when minions were happy to get a simple +2/+2 every turn, without all the fancy bells and whistles they carry today. Yet, even through the loss of countless friends, he does not want, or need, to bribe, swindle, or cheat his way into undeserved power in some desperate bid to stay relevant in a changing world. Buying Rockpool Hunter isn't simply adding a minion to your warband. It's taking a stand against the moral decay that has infected our beloved game. Other minions may relish in their flashy effects and inflated stat lines, but Rockpool Hunter knows such victories are empty and meaningless. Better a noble death than a cheap victory. And so, the next time you see Rockpool Hunter next to the likes of Imprisoner and Elemental, I implore you to take the same lesson to heart. Ladder ratings may fall, but your spirit shall soar.